Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Around the Yard. I'm Mark Hartzell.
And I'm Megan Dunn. Here are your top stories from the past week.
The 16th annual Darwin Week began February 4th and will run through the 14th. The week kicked off with a comedy show at Theater 99 featuring Phil Manning.
Professor and novelist Brett Lott will be leading the college's new creative writing program. The 2-year full residency program is currently pending, and once approved, will launch in fall of 2016.
The college baseball team had 5 players earning CAA preseason honors. They ranked second in the coaches' conference polls, and their first game is February 19th against Nebraska.
President Glenn McConnell currently brought attention to the need in investing in South Carolina education. Reporter Katie Kafes has more on the story.
Outdated buildings and construction on campus have prompted the College of Charleston and President McConnell to speak out to the South Carolina state government, asking for more money from taxes to help with the upkeep of campus buildings.
President McConnell is one of many university presidents to ask for additional financial support, which has seen controversy as state government officials debate whether to use education budgeted money to fix roads instead.
Those taxes were put in place to support education and core functions. They were never put in place to pay for the roads.
Student tuition is another source of revenue the school can use to help with the upkeep of buildings. However, this seems to be unreliable after the college reported a drop in percentage of out-of-state students, causing the school to see a $2.1 million shortfall.
The college budget went up in accordance with, and their revenue estimates got based on 37%. The historical average is between 34 and 35%.
While the school does not feel too worried about this shortfall in the long run, they're coming up with several solutions. Provost Brian McGee was able to discuss how the academic affairs side is looking to come up with both temporary and longer fixes.
Every year we ask, how can we do things more efficiently and do it in a way that would not do harm to the academic mission. Sometimes we look and say we've got to make tough choices that maybe are less than optimal, but we still want to have the least possible negative impact.
One big question the school will also look to address is the possibility for an increase in student tuition for the 2016-2017 academic year.
We will almost certainly charge more tuition next year than we did last year because our expenses will go up, our tuition will go up, and that means there's more money in the system.
While the Board of Trustees will not make a final decision on the raise of tuition until June of 2016, both President McConnell and Provost McGee have stressed that the school is in no means in a financial crisis and is actually in a stronger position than years before. This is Katie Kafes with CisternYard.
The college plans on opening a classics museum in Randolph Hall. Reporter Riley Clark has the story.
Students never cease to amaze when it comes to what they do with their passions. A recent example being Hannah Edwards, who was working alongside Dr. Allwine, a tenured professor here at the Classics Department, as they open up an official documented museum here at Randolph Hall. Edwards was awarded the Mays Grant of $1,000 through the Urca Foundation in order to complete the Classics Museum of the College of Charleston. The museum will hold over 100 artifact replicas from Greece, like frescoes, statues, and pottery, all of which were brought over from Dr. Frank Morris, a retired professor.
So what I've been working on is compiling a list of name, dates, and locations that the replicas represent real artifacts that are in Greece.
This project is significant due to the fact this is what the college's original education was taught on.
I definitely think it's important to not only the classic students who study Greek and Roman history, but it's part of the college's history. We were a school that originally had the AB degree, and we were founded in 1770, and the basis of our school was Greek and Roman history, philology, and the study of those cultures.
Edwards hopes to hold a gala towards the end of March as they celebrate this milestone of the Classics Department as they open up the Classics Museum of the College of Charleston. Anyone is welcome to come to see the museum during normal business hours, being 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is Riley Clark with CisternYard.
Now let's go to Sam for some sports updates.
Thanks, guys. This week in sports was a successful one as both the men's and women's team won their home games this week. The men's team rebounded from a tough loss at UNCW over the weekend with a win at home last night over Towson to complete their season sweep. That improved their record to 14-8 on the season and 10-3 at home. It was also announced this week that the men's basketball conference tournament will be held in Charleston beginning at the end of the 2017 season through at least the 2019 season. The men's basketball team will also be hosting their homecoming game this Saturday at 4:30. You can begin tailgating out in the CisternYard at 2 p.m. Women's basketball team hosts their next home game on Sunday. And that's all for sports. We'll send it back over to Mark and Megan.
CisternYard Media will be hosting a post-game party February 11th after the men's basketball game against JMU. Food and entertainment will be provided at the event. It will be held in TD Arena at 9 p.m.
The Southeastern Wildlife Expo is coming February 11th through the 14th. Events will be held at Marion Square, the Charleston Place, and the Charleston Marriott. For ticket information, go to sewe.com.
That's what we have for this week's episode of Around the Yard.
Be sure to comment below and subscribe to CisternYard Video to stay updated with everything going on around campus.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CisternYard_video.
Until next time for Around the Yard, I'm Mark Hartzell.
And I'm Megan Dunn.